So, good morning, everyone. Uh, we welcome you in this wellness session of Science of Panchakos. As you are aware, on every Sunday at 11 o'clock, we wellness leaders movement are organizing such wellness session. It's being conducted by the various different facilitator on different topic that helps you to move forward in your spiritual journey. So today, our topic is Science of Panchakos. We are going to talk about the Panchakos aspects of our being. Okay, we'll have 45 minutes talk, and last 15 minutes we'll be keeping for Q&A. So in next 45 minutes, I'm requesting you to keep yourself mute. Last 15 minutes, you can unmute yourself and you can clarify your queries or doubt, if at all any. Okay, so what is a Panchakos? Panch means five and kos means layer. So in Sanskrit language, it is called as Panchkos, and in English, it is called as five layers of our being. This is a layer of awareness which made our entire personality. Okay, as in when we move forward with the topic, you could able to understand what we mean to convey. At this point of time, you can understand that these are the five layers of ourselves. We have five bodies, and these layers are nothing but the awareness of our being, or you can say it is a personality of our being. This concept comes from the yoga philosophy. In yoga and Vedic philosophy, we have a sub-science subchapter as science of Panchakos. So this is our ancient knowledge that we are going to talk about it today as a part of wellness subject. You will gain many things out of it, and you'll get a very good insight about the philosophy of the Vedic science. So what this Panchakos trying to convey is we are surrounding with the five layers of the body, and in between of it we have a pure soul, that is the Atma. So on right hand side you can see the image. In between of the five bodies, five layers of ourselves, there is a in center we have Atma. So we'll talk about it, what exactly it means to say. Let's understand the five codes one after another. That helps you to get more insight and clarity about the topic. So the first layer is Annamaya Kosh. It is called as physical body or a food set. What it means to say, whatever we eat, whatever we drink, it made of physical body. Our physical body is made up of our food and the things that we are consuming. So that is called as Annamaya Kosh. The name itself suggests Anna means food, and the things which is made out of the food, which is called as Annamaya Kosh. Kosh means layer. Okay. In English, it's very simple way, you can call it as a physical body as well. Now, what happened is many times we as a human are focused or connected with the Annamaya Kosh. So we'll understand it with the example. Before that, whenever we connect with it, we can say existing, operate from, or identify with. These are the three words. Either of the word you can use. Whenever we connect with the Annamaya Kosh or any of the Kosh, you can say we are existing, or we operate from, or we identify with the Annamaya Kosh. I'll give you one simple example you could able to understand. So many of us are more on the physical body centric. especially in context to female. Whenever female goes out of the home, they make sure that they look good, they appear good. So whenever the person is on their appearance perspective, when they focus or when they connect with their appearance perspective, we can say that particular person is associated with the annamai course. They are associated with the physical body. Just as example, right now I'm talking to you. I suddenly feel that how am I look like? The camera is on and how am I look like? So I'm just setting my hair. So you can say while talking to you, I'm concerning more about my appearance and I'm setting my hair. So I'm temporarily get connected with the annamai course. Okay. So this is one of the course that we understood. It's associated with the physical body. Okay. Second course that we have is pranamaya course. So normally, before we talk about the pranamaya course, if I would like to add in the annamaya course, we can say many times we identify our physical body as me, right? How I look like, I am fair, I am short, I am tall. So with our physical appearance, we identify ourselves, we call ourselves. So whenever it is happen, whenever we talk about our physical appearance, you can say that we are living in the or we are identifying ourselves with the annamaya course. Right? Many times in day-to-day conversation also we speak that this is a fair person, this is a black person, this is a tall person. Right? So this all things denote that we are identifying or operate from the annamaya course. The second course is pranamaya course. Pranamaya course talks about a biological instinct of our being. Biological instinct means, as we are aware, during the day, after sometimes we feel hungry, we feel thirsty. So those things are the biological process happening inside our body. So whenever we feel thirsty or whenever we feel hungry, it is a biological need of our body. That is called as pranamaya course. Okay? You can say energy also. Pranamaya course is nothing but the energy inside our body, which gives us a signal. The hormones gives us a signal that you need to eat now, you need to drink water now. So those type of signals we got, and by getting those signals, we drink water or we eat so that it need get fulfilled. Now, similar to the Annamaya course, in Pranamaya course also we identify ourselves. So the exact word of the identify with it means tadamya. In Sanskrit, it is called as tadamya. Those who have studied the yoga, they must be aware about it. It is a one of the chapter in yoga is a पंच कोश. So we हमारा तादाम्य हो जाता है उसके साथ we तादाम्य with the pranamaya कोश. And we say that I am hungry, I am thirsty. Okay, we recognize, we identify ourselves with those biological instinct in case of pranamaya kosh. Okay, ideally we are not. We are the pure soul. However, the instinct that we are getting as thirst, as hunger, we identify ourselves that I am thirsty, I am hungry. Ideally, we should say that I am feeling hungry, I am feeling thirsty, but it's not happen. Such kind of conversation we do not do. We straight away identify ourselves as hungry and thirsty only. So we need to learn to identify as a true soul, that is a pure soul. Okay, positive pure soul that we all have. We need to remain connected, we need to remain identify ourselves with the context to that pure soul. That's the right conversation that we need to have. Okay, let's move forward, we'll talk about it in a coming. few minutes. So this is the pranamaya course. Right now, as I'm talking to you, I suddenly feel thirsty. So I feel to have a water. So I'm just pausing here and having a water. This we can say time being, as I feel thirsty, I had a water. So temporarily, myself is connected to the pranamaya course and fulfill the need. The third course that we have is manomaya course. That is the thoughts and feeling. It's also called as mindset. In our day-to-day conversation, many times we say that I am depressed, I am angry, I am emotionally down. Such kind of word we do use. Okay. So whenever we call ourselves that I am a depressed, I am angry, we can say we have identified ourselves with the Manomai course because Manomai course is related with the thoughts and feeling. It is a mindset. So instead of saying that I am angry or I am depressed, we can say we are getting the feeling of angry or we are getting the feeling of depression. Really, since we are a pure soul, we are not thoughts and feeling. So instead of identifying ourselves with it, we need to identify with the true aspects, that is the pure soul. Okay. Next is Vijnanmay course. As per our scripture, uh, Vijnanmay course is our intellect part, that is a knowledge part. We all know what we know, and we all know what we don't know. So in Vijnanmay course, right now we all are in Vijnanmay course. I am sharing my learning with you, and you are very keen to know about the science of Panch course. So you are very patiently hearing me. So you are also into Vijnanmay course, and myself is also into Vijnanmay course. Okay. However, suddenly, while talking to you, if uh, somebody called me or somebody asked me something, uh, then I might need to attend them and disconnect from this Vijnanmay course. So at that point of time, I might be in a Manomay course or in a conversation with the other people. Okay. So temporarily disconnecting from the Vijnanmay course and connecting to the Manomay course. Again, when I start talking to you, again I come back to the Vijnanmay course. Okay. So this is the right example. We right now we all are into Vijnanmay course because I'm sharing my learning with you and you are very keen to hear it. You are very keen to know this. Okay. And the fifth course that we have is Anandamay course. Anandamay course says that whenever we feel the joy, whenever we feel pleasure, we can say we are into Anandamay course. So as we know, when our need gets fulfilled, when we want what that we get, at that time we feel joy, we feel pleasure, just like a small kid. A small kid is just crying because he or she feels hunger. And when the mother feed her, then at that time she or he gets satisfied. So when they satisfy, they again start playing as a small kid. So the pleasure, joy, Anand is associated with the Anandmay course. So these are the five courses of our being. As we discussed before, we can say we are identified with any of the course during the day. Okay, it may happen that in morning we may identify with the Annamai course, in afternoon time we may identify with the Manomai course, in evening we may identify with the Vijnanamai course. So at any given point of time, we may associate, we may operate from one or more than one course. Okay, I believe so far so good. Are you able to understand me? Are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now the real science starts now. At this point of time, we just understood the different course that we have. Now, what our scripture says, we need to remain connected, or we need to focus on our soul. In Gita ji also, Sri Krishna Bhagavan said कि हमारा सोल नश्वर है, उनका चिंता करना चाहिए. We need to live for our soul. We need to take care for our atma instead of taking care for the various layers of our body. Okay. So what will happen is when we say thoughts and feeling, that is a my and I. Normally we do the conversation related to my and I. Most of the time, when you observe your conversation with anybody else or with your family members, you can say maximum time you will be using the word I and my. Fine. I am angry. I am thirsty. I am happy. Fine. I am depressed. Like why we are using the word in our day-to-day conversation, which is very superficial. Ideally, we need to say, I am a pure soul, positive soul, powerful soul, and the instinct that we are getting is depression, feel hungry, or thirsty. Those type of feeling that we experience. So we need to keep ourselves aside from the pure soul and focus on the pure soul only. That is what our scripture says. That is what our scripture teaches. If we do so, we remain in the power of our true potential. Our pure soul has four virtues or characteristic: peace, unconditional love, compassion, and blissfulness. These are the four primary virtue of our soul. So we need to remain connected to the soul and enjoy and experience the virtue of it, rather than connecting to any of the course. We understood, as it is a part of our personality, there is nothing wrong to associate with any of the course for time being. Okay, every person, me, you, any spiritual leader or any guru or any sant are remain connected with the various courses during their daytime. However, the spiritual inclined person knows that how to come back from that particular course to the primary soul aspects. They knows how quickly they need to come back and associate themselves with it. Meditation is the one of the way by which we can learn to connect with our Atma or our soul. So that is the science of our Panchkos. We have layers of our body. In center of those five layers, we have a pure soul. We need to take care for our soul. We need to focus on our soul maximum time as much as we can, rather than just in remain connected to the five course. Okay, so this is the science of Panchakos. This Five layers, science is recognizing it as a Annamaya course as a physical body, Pranamaya course as energy body, Manomaya course as mental body, Vijnanmaya course as a wisdom body, and Anandmaya course as a bliss body, spiritual body. Right? So these are the five bodies that science is also recognizing it. Uh, let's understand how to gain the eternal health, happiness, and harmony within us. So normally we feel the stress. Stress is very common nowadays. A small kid who is going to school also says that I'm into stress. So stress is very, what is very common. Why stress gets happen? Because whatever we want that may or may not fulfill, that create the stress in us. It's very clear. Stress is nothing but we feel the unfavorable situation or we feel stress because our need is not being fulfilled. Okay. Why our need is not getting fulfilled? Because we have identified ourselves with the course where we should identify, we haven't identified. Where we should not identify, we have identified. Just as in a previous slide, we talk about we are not depressed, we are not hungry, or we are not angry. We get feeling of angry, we get feeling of depression. That feeling is there, but we are not that. We are a pure, powerful soul. That's what we need to understand. So stress happened because of the wrong identification. What we need to do, we need to disidentify from that five course and re-identify ourselves with the soul and self. When we learn to do so, we will be able to achieve health, happiness, and harmony because our Atma, our soul, carries that much power, carries that much capabilities to offer us the eternal health, happiness, and harmony. We are harmonized, we are united with the soul. And that's what the yoga mean to say. Nowadays, yoga is being spreaded across the world. Why people are more inclined towards yoga? Because yoga is also teaching us the same thing, talks about the same thing. It's a harmony, harmony of the self with the higher self. Unite, yoga means unite, to huge. It comes from the huge word. Unite means unite our individual consciousness with the higher consciousness. That is a yoga. So till now we talk about theory of the Panch course, what exactly the Panch course mean, what ideally we need to identify ourselves with. Now in scripture, in science of Panch course, talks about the how can we do so. There are certain ways being taught to us to purify our each course. When we purify our each course, we are remain connected with our soul. As you have seen in the previous slide, with our soul, we have five layers. These are the five layers surrounding to our pure soul. So as we are connected with our soul course, we are not connected with our true self. To connect with our true self, what we need to do is we need to purify our each course. When we purify our each course, we will be able to identify, we will be able to connect with our Atma. And whenever we connect with Atma, we could able to sense the power of it. We could able to realize the power of it. Okay, power is already within, power is already there. What we need to do is we need to realize it. That is called as self-identification, awareness about ourselves, awareness about our true potential. Okay, Shastra has also given us the way how we can do so. Let's see what scripture taught us. There are various ways that being suggested to us by our scripture. The first is meditation and prayer. As we said, as more as we are into meditation and prayer, we remain connected to our true soul, or we at that point of time we connect with our true soul and we can experience the power of it. Next is yogasana or exercise. When we do the yoga abhyas or when we do the exercise early in the morning, we experience the power of purity, we experience the power of our body, and we can able to cleanse our physical body. Our annamaya course gets purified, our annamaya course gets rejuvenated with the help of yoga abhyas and exercise. So yogasana and exercise is another way to purify our panch course. Next is pranayam. Pranayam is associated with the mind part. So as rhythmic systematic pranayam we do, we could able to gain the control over our mind, our emotions, our mind gets in control when we do the pranayam in the right way. Deep inhalation, exhalation help us to balance our mindset. Okay, so pranayam is also very vital to work with our mind part. Sattvic food. We need to consume the sattvic food. Will not go much into detail because it will be out of the subject, but in a very simple terms, in Gita, Bhagavad Gita, it is very clearly denote that the sattvic food is the food which made up in 3 hours and it need to be consumed within 3 hours. Those foods which made and consumed within 3 hours is treated as a sattvic food. Homemade food can be called as a sattvic food if it is a normal food, okay, except the oily or maida. That is called as sattvic food that we need to consume. When we consume the sattvic food, our annamaya course gets purified. Next is sleep. If we have a proper sleep during the night hours, we can gain or many benefit out of the sound and deep sleep. Okay, many spiritual leaders, many guru are talking about the sleep pattern. It's very much vital. Nowadays, science is called as circadian rhythm. So we need to sleep at the specific time so that our body's organs, glands, and systems are working in a synchronized with each other. That's a fundamental aspects about the sleep. Lifestyle. We everyone need to have a lifestyle in accordance with our circadian rhythm. Okay. So what we need to do in morning, afternoon, evening, uh, early evening, late night, what we need to do. So that everything is in Ayurveda. It is called as dincharya. In English, it is called as circadian rhythm. Everything is being suggested to us by our scripture as a part of Ayurveda knowledge that we need to follow as a lifestyle. If we do so, we can keep ourselves happy and healthy. Energy healing, as and when need required, you can ask to any of the healer, Reiki healer, pranic healer, to offer you the healing. Healing will also help you to come out from the existing situation where you are into, and then you can make the required change into your lifestyle and move forward with your journey. So energy healing is also one of the ways to purify our course. course. Counseling, as and when required, you can connect with the experts, you can take the help from them, learn something from them, and inculcate those things into your life. That also helps you to come out from the situation or the purify the any of the course. Art, music, hobby. Many times we suggest to our children that do some music, do some art, do what you like. So when the person do what they like, they have a different hormones gets secreted inside the body, and they gives the immense pleasure to them. So at that point of time, they will be in a anandamaya course. So these are the few ways. Apart from this, the core aspects is spiritual maturity. Okay, there is one term called spiritual maturity, which talk about order is Isvara. When we say order is Isvara, it means entire uh, world is governed by, run by some invisible, unseen energy, some invisible, unseen order. This order it itself is a Isvara. That's what this statement means to say. I'll give you an example that helps you to understand in a better way. Every day morning we can see the sun, right? So that is the order of the Srishti. That is the order of the nature. That every day morning we can see the sun. So consider that order, consider those cycle as Iswar only, and respect to it. That is our spiritual maturity. This one a small example of sun, but likewise there are so many things which is happening surrounding to us, knowingly, unknowingly to us. Consider everything as an order for us and follow those order. And there are 12 universal law, universal principle that we all need to understand, and that is related with the order of Iswar. If we understand those principles, those uh, order, we earn the fruit of it. And if we disorder the order, we might need to suffer the fruits of it. Okay, so that is a spiritual maturity. Same way we have emotional maturity. Emotional maturity talks about adversity is the opportunity. In everyone's of our life, we have many favorable and unfavorable situations that is happening surrounding to us or happening within our life. So whenever there is a adverse situation, consider this adversity as an opportunity. Okay, when we treat adversity as an opportunity, जिसको हिंदी में हम बोलते हैं आपदा में अवसर, जो भी पेंडेमिक आया वो एक आपदा थी, उसमें से हमने अवसर निकाला, उसमें से वी फाउंड द good point of it. We found some good solution of it. Many people are getting benefited out of these things as well. Many people have transformed themselves out of the pandemic or after the pandemic, and they learn many things out of it. Okay, so adversity is an opportunity. Hmm? हम क्या करते हैं कि adversity आती है तो we just depress ourselves, we just surrounded out of it. वो करने से अलावा हमें ये देखना है कि whatever the adversity that comes to us, comes to our life, how best we can come out from it. What is there as an opportunity into it? So that we need to learn. Those type of vision and perception we should have in our life, which gives a very good way to live our life more mature way. So that is called as emotional maturity. Next is intellectual maturity, which talks about a partnership with the creator. Very good point. So intellect is related with the knowledge. Okay. So intellectual maturity says we need to do what we can do. We have to do what we can do, and we need to do what we need to do. हमें हमारी ड्यूटी करनी है एंड उसके बाद जो भी रिजल्ट आता है that we need to surrender, that we need to offer to the creator, that we need to offer to the god. What happened in the society nowadays? People are reluctant to put the efforts. People are not putting the appropriate efforts in any of the tasks, and they are just relying on the god wish. That won't work. In Bhagavad Gita Ji as well, Sri Krishna Bhagavan said to us, you do your duty in the best possible way. 200% of yours we need to put in our efforts. After putting our efforts, after performing our efforts in the best way, whatever the result comes, right, offer those results to the creator. Okay, that is called as intellectual maturity. It's called as partnership with the creator. Why it is called as partnership with the creator? Because we are doing our task as a duty, and the result we are leave it to the God, that we are leave it to the universe or divine. So that is a partnership. One part we do, another partner creator will do. So that's why it is called as partnership with the creator. Okay. And the last is a social maturity. This all are knowledge of our scripture only. Right? Nothing major into it. Our scripture has already suggested us 1,000 years ago how we should live and what should be the best practice to live our life, govern our life. So there is one aspect called social maturity, which says accepting people with understanding. As we all are living in the society, we know what are the conflict relationship issue within the family member, within the friends, and all those stuff. When the ego is not being fulfilled or ego is not being satisfied, we suffer from the conflict of the relationship. So what our scripture says is in social maturity, we need to learn how to work with the people, how to accept them with the understanding. Okay? So there are four type of people we have in the society. One is the Sukhi, that is happy people. Right? Mainly, Shastra has divided the category of the people into four aspects. The first one is the Sukhi person. Sukhi is the Hindi word or Sanskrit word. In English, it is called as happy person. With a happy person, we need to share our happiness. Okay, we need to share our happiness. Just like if somebody is getting married and they invite us to their marriage, so we need to go there uh, and share the happiness with them. So with happiness people, share the happiness. With the happy people, share the happiness. With unhappy people, dukhi people, be compassion for them. Okay, this compassion comes whenever we associate with our soul. Our soul has one of the attribute of the compassion. So those who are unhappy, dukhi, depressed, have a compassion for them. Those who are good people, certain people, have a friendship with them. Okay. And those who are durjan people, malicious people, toxic people, be indifference with them. Okay? So on left hand side, we can see the category of the people, and on right hand side, there are the ways being suggested from scripture from the approach perspective, which approach we need to follow for them, whether share happiness, compassion, friendship, or indifference. So these are the four attitude approach that we need to follow, which is called as accepting people with understanding. Okay, if we follow this practice, we may not able to feel hurt or we may not able to suffer from the relationship perspective. Nowadays, it's very common in the society. People do suffer, do get depressed, do get stressed because of the other people. These people did so and so things with me, so I get depressed. So and so person did so and so things with me, so I get hurt. And those depression hurt will in turn impact to our mind and body. Whether they affect or not, that's a different part. But when we get affected out of this behavior of the other people, our mind and body get disturbed. And that it will in turn with the diseases. Okay? So this accepting people with the understanding we need to learn in our life. Okay, with this, we are end of our talk of science of Panch course. I'm so grateful to all of you for listening very carefully. Now it's your time. Uh, if you have any question, you can unmute yourself and you can clarify your queries. Amita ji, Apurva ji, Arundhati ji, Aswin ji, Karuna ji, Manish ji, Nirmala ji, Sujani ji,
Namaste, sir.
Sunita ji, any question where I can help you out?
Namaste, sir. Hello.
Did you get this understanding about this Panch course? You feel it is interesting subject?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Okay, fine. Anyone wants to share their feedback?
Hello, can you hear me, sir? Hello. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello, Mehul ji. Thank you.
Any question, anything where I can help you out?
You can't hear us. Can you unmute us?
नाही आता आज नाही बनवलं मी नाश्ता आंबा कापतो का
हॅलो
ते खात नाही काही नाही मग म्हटलं उगाच त्याच्यात वेळ
Hello?
घालवला. भूक नाही लागत लवकर कुठे उठला 10
Hello?
वाजता उठला हो पण तू म्हंटला ना मी जस्ट उठलो परत झोपलो सूप देऊ का सूप
Oi, oi, oi.
हम्म हम्म
Okay. Are we good to close the session? Thank you so much for joining. Namaste.
Thank you
Excuse
so
me,
much,
sir.
sir.
Excuse me, sir.